Hi Sagittarius, happy February. Welcome to your February 2019 Tarot and Astrology reading. So Sagittarius, it is the last month of Uranus being in the 5th house. It's also the last month of Mars in the 5th house. I think you're a bit tired, or possibly, as it's the 5th house, a bit hungover. It's exhausting to have Uranus in your 5th house in certain ways. Obviously, it's not consistent. It's a very far away planet. But at times it can feel as though your deep-rooted desire for adventure and fun can constantly be overshadowed by unexpected events or unexpected blockages. There's definitely been things in the last 7 years in terms of your social life or in terms of your enjoyment that maybe things have been put on hold, maybe things have had to be switched up quite quickly. Now we do have Venus leaving your sign and moving into Capricorn, so the fates are blessing you financially, and you get that that sense of luck, that sense of good fortune. Don't forget we have Jupiter in your sign, and we have a full moon in the 10th house on the 19th, which brings you a big career breakthrough and illuminates what you really want. I sense for you, Sagittarius, as luck will be on your side this year with Jupiter in your sign, that you will feel more and more empowered to make executive decisions in your life, and you'll feel more adventurous and confident in areas of career and areas of money in particular this month. So this is a great time to think about manifesting money. Now on the 4th of February, we have that new moon in your 3rd house, joining the Sun and joining Mercury, Aquarian energy, very well aspected to your ruler. So it's great for communications, it's great for messages coming in from other people. And I was actually thinking this, but this may suggest someone whose heart you have been holding on to, or someone that your heart has been holding on to for you. There seems to be somebody you can't quite let go of in your head, and if there's not, there may actually be somebody coming in, okay? This is interesting. A lot of cards are flipping through, so let's see what we've got for you. I do sort of get this impression that with Mercury entering Pisces, and then the Sun entering Pisces on the 19th, bringing into focus your home issues, we may have a 6 of Cups moment with this, okay? Whoa, that just flew. Okay, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. You're thinking about the way you're redoing things. You're re-wallpapering your life. You're crashing down false ideas, false belief systems, and building them up to be more optimistic. Why was this Tower moment here? Probably was that full moon lunar eclipse in Leo that had you feeling a bit frazzled. Understandably, that is frazzling energy. That can make people feel as though they made big mistakes in their past and they're trying to remedy them. Leo energy for you is 9th house, which is your home. You know, your ruler is the 9th house. It's where you reside. But I do sort of get the impression that perhaps this is to do with plans gone awry. And yet the wheel is sort of changing now. So to see the Tower crossed by the wheel, fate is changing. So if you've not felt that Jupiter luck instantly, and you feel that your optimism is waning, be prepared from the 4th of February leading up to the Virgo full moon for you to build more of a momentum of positivity. Some of you definitely had a bit of a struggle here. Yes, you did. Okay. 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. What this is telling me, Sagittarius, is that you've definitely found some of the energies a little bit more exhausting. I sort of am getting this exhausted feeling of you coming into February, and you feel like you've had to stand up for a lot of things, particularly in your career. So it's almost as if maybe you felt like you've had to defend your position, maybe you've not had the best luck in terms of your career, you struggled to find a job. And yet we also have aspects of travel, which is, you know, that makes a lot of sense with the Leo eclipse. Maybe you decided you wanted to move, Sagittarius. Maybe there's been a lot of false starts and you're finally thinking about relocating or moving country or starting a business. Maybe you have this dream and you felt like everything until then has been a struggle. Yes, you're broadening your horizons. 3 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, the Sun, the Ten of Cups, and the Empress. Wow. Okay, you're not exiting February the way you came in. Going through a different door. So the underneath theme is the Three of Swords. There, oh goodness, there's a Ten of Swords there too. Yeah. A lot of pain underneath it all is what you're going into February with. So, Wheel of Fortune. Fates are changing to move in the right direction. You might not feel like that just yet. You may not feel that way until, as I said, after the new moon, because it's a gorgeous new moon. This is actually the nicest new moon we've had in a while, this Aquarian new moon on the 4th. And the reason I'm saying that, Sagittarius, is it's going to inject you with this optimism, with this hope, this renewal, this fresh pair of eyes on old situations. We have the sun in your environment, and this is blessing you in every single way. Okay, so the sun being in Aquarius and that new moon is going to be very beneficial for you. I'm telling you. You're really going to enjoy this, actually. And you know, with the amount of effort on communication, if you felt misunderstood, this is the month where you're going to start to feel as though everybody's hanging on your every word. There's a change of fortune here. A new cycle of luck. A new cycle, actually, of abundance with the Empress here. Timing is actually very much on your side in many ways. We don't have retrograde activity until March, I don't think. So it's almost as if you're starting to see the wheels turn and you almost can't quite believe it, because you're so used to false starts that anytime things start to go well, you're always optimistic, you always give it the benefit of the doubt, but you've been a little bit more hesitant than you're used to being. And it's possibly because Saturn has been coasting through your financial sector. Maybe it is to do with money. Maybe you don't feel like you've learned your lesson with money, because that's what so many of you are learning. And Saturn will teach you those lessons. Okay? And I feel with Jupiter being in your sign, yes, you feel expansive, but you also do have that Saturn money restrictive mode, okay? So what I'm actually seeing here is what you're bringing to the table. Some of you are coming to realizations about your career, your achievements, what you can achieve, what money you can generate. Exceptionally positive, actually, with a full moon being there and Venus in your financial sector. So if you're worried about money, this may be a bit of a break for you. You probably won't feel as worried about money this month because you'll have more opportunities and you'll see more. You'll be more aware of the possibilities. With the sun in your environment, it's almost as if your optimism reaches a very, very high levels, and it's like your manifesting power is letting you showing you what you can actually manifest if you try to. The Empress in the outcome position is abundance. There's a breakthrough here. I mean, who doesn't love the Empress? Could represent a Taurus or a Libra, but we'll go into, because we don't have any, well, we do actually, we have the Knight of Wands, but that could be you or a fellow fire sign, a Leo or an Aries, Sagittarius. But in reality, I feel as though you are starting to realize your powers of persuasion for those around you. You know? You're becoming very, very admired and respected. There's a real switch between people wanting to talk at you and people want to hear what you have to say. You have a lot more value to offer a situation. Yep. People, Six of Pentacles, people are coming to you for advice and reasoning. Saturn has made you smart with your money, and if you don't feel that way yet, consider where you were a couple of years ago. Saturn? Saturn is making you aware of your worth, what you have to offer, and while that can be tough, you've Jupiter in your sign keeping you optimistic, keeping you jovial, and giving you a zest for life. The difference is with Saturn being there, you will have plenty to show for it in terms of lessons. The moon, this Virgo full moon. The lunar eclipse in Leo was tough. I'm getting that, yeah, it was very tough. It wore you out for a little bit. 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles, indecision, up and down, back and forth. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. Fire energy here. The Hanged Man, you're delaying a decision. You're not quite sure what you want. You have to really think about something and give it careful consideration this month, even though you feel like you could rush towards it right now. You have to consider it. There's the Sun and there's the Queen of Cups here. 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups is the outcome. And underneath we have your energy, King of Wands. Can also represent an Aries or a Leo. Sagittarius, I would hedge my bets and say, in your environment, I see the potential for a water sign soulmate. So this could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer. Someone very caring, someone very emotional, someone very giving. And I see you with the Sun here. With them, it's almost as if some of you are meeting a water sign soulmate. A very interesting, warm connection. Maybe it's the one forever, maybe it's not the one forever. It could be different for everybody. Maybe not everyone it'll be a water sign. It can just be someone who's very intuitive and very emotive. But there's a very strong pull there for a lot of you. So for most of you, I'm thinking this is probably a romantic interest in general. Could definitely be a Pisces. But with the wheel here, I'm also getting very strong Scorpio vibes. But it can be anybody, as I said before. Don't forget, people's moon and rising influences what court card they come out as, okay? So don't get too caught up in that. There is an extended if you want it. If you don't want it, that's cool too. So in terms of the fiery energy, you have ideas, you have ambitions, and you're very in tune with them this month. But you're also aware that although the timing is setting you up for something, it may not be quite the time to act right now. You know, the Hanged Man and the 3 of Wands is consideration. I actually said this to somebody on Instagram who had this 3 of Wands and they didn't understand it. A lot of the time it's not about what you do. It's waiting for your ship to come in. He's the merchant. He's looking out and waiting to see what comes into him from the water. I know that that's orange, but there's little boats on there. He's waiting to see which ship actually comes in. The Hanged Man enhances this period of waiting. There are great things coming. The Empress and the 4 of Cups. Don't get complacent because somebody wants to give you everything. Embrace it. Value it. See the value in what somebody else offers. The universe will offer you. Mother Earth will offer you. Do not get complacent. Do not get greedy. Just a warning with the 4 of Cups there. Take the darn cup, Sagittarius. Yes, definitely take the cup. Ace of Cups, an offering of emotion, true, raw, authentic emotion. Somebody wants to give you love. Somebody wants to give you an opportunity. Somebody wants to give you abundance. Somebody wants to give you the world. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of opportunities here. 4 of Cups means you got to take it. The Star. This is blessed. This is fate. Okay. Aquarius season is going to be good to the Sagittarian folk. Let's see what else is in the cards. I love this energy. I really, 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 really do. 2 of Wands, consideration, consideration, consideration. Let the Virgo full moon pass in terms of career. It's going to open up a lot of doors for you. It's going to bring in a lot of opportunities. And it's going to bring a lot of light to a situation. It's going to illuminate it. Yes, definitely financial. Definitely in terms of your work. If it's an earth sign, wait to see what the Virgo moon does too. Especially if it's a Virgo. The full moon, whenever it's in your element, can be more emotional. The Lovers. Okay, the Lovers is in the past. The 9 of Cups, you've got a wish that's fulfilling itself. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but you have a feeling. You have this hopefulness lingering within you, Sagittarius, that knows that something good is about to happen. Death card. You're really shedding an old skin. This is, wow, this is you. This is kind of like emotional puberty is what this is reminding me of. Growing up and becoming a man or becoming a woman. Emotionally and spiritually, spiritual maturity. Being reborn with a sense of adventure and a sense of duty. And here we go. 2 of Cups. A love you've been waiting for. Queen of Pentacles. Some of you, it could be with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. 8 of Cups with the Sun and the Queen of Cups. I feel like some of you are in a long distance relationship actually with that. It's probably just like 1 or 2 of you, but that looks kind of long distance. Yeah, some of you are definitely dealing with an earth sign. King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. You want the happily ever after, but you're scared of losing it too. But you don't. Knight of Cups. This is a love that you've been waiting for. This is so romantic, Sagittarius. I feel for a lot of you it's a Taurus. I have to say, for a lot of you it's a Taurus. Some it's a water sign, some it's earth. We have a lot of elements here. So don't get too caught up in that. I will clarify this Knight of Cups though, because I don't leave them on court cards as any regulars, no? Ah! Maybe some of you are considering moving on with somebody. Like to a different country or different home, moving in together, going on a trip, planning a trip. Could be an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Hierophants. Okay, so it's a very strong Taurus vibe. But there's a lot of vibes. We'll get into that in the Vimeo extended love reading. But Sagittarius, this looks like a really authentic love relationship. A love that you've been waiting for is what keeps popping into my mind. Don't reject it when you see it because you get scared. So with Venus being in Capricorn, you're going to want something more solid even if you're not that way inclined. Some of you are having a really strong emotional puberty. You had your fun with Venus in your sign for some of you and now you're ready for something serious. Or if you're not ready for something serious, somebody comes along that might make you reconsider that. Oh boy. Sagittarius in love. Sagittarius in love. A wish is being fulfilled. This is very, 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 very positive. I'm struggling to find a constructive criticism. Because it feels like you've done that. I feel like you guys have grown up so much you don't need me to tell you what to do. Because it's like you've had this realization yourself and you don't need me to tell you what it is. It's personal to each person, but I sort of get this impression that a great romance comes in and I'm just a wee bit worried you're not going to take it. A lot of signs have been like that in many ways. None of them seem to have had that big an offer as you have. But I actually get this impression that the only reason you would reject it is possibly because this person seems maybe too good to be true, but also they seem to be all kinds of ambitious and exciting and you love that side of them, but then you're worried that they'll go. Or it's like you love them, but you keep having to go somewhere. It's almost like maybe it's work. I don't know. But I mean, if it's an earth sign, you want to rush this. It's what you're bringing. You feel like you do feel like you have something to offer, but you wonder if it is subpar. Because what you're offering, we're here with the Queen of Pentacles, your fear is the King. It's almost as if maybe you feel this person is better looking, more financially well off, more ambitious, comes from a better background, or something that you're telling yourself. The thing with Venus and Capricorn is that it's highlighting your worth sector along with Saturn and Pluto. And Pluto is very transformative and Saturn wants you to learn something. And so when it's in your sector of worth, whether that be money, where your values come from, what your values are, you can be a bit down on yourself with Saturn there and Pluto, because sometimes we have to go down into the dark to come up again. Your Scorpio friends will know that. You might not know that, but your Scorpio friends will. Let's do a love card. Sagittarius. Love energy. Ooh. Do you know, can I pick 2 from the top? Spiritual maturity. Did I not just say that? Did I not just say that? Knight of Wands, Death, Page of Wands. Spiritual maturity. Rebirth. Emotional puberty. The Gardener. The grass isn't always greener, it's green where you water it. You're starting to see flowers. You're starting to see your investments pay off. Intimacy. Here comes Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. I love this. There's somebody who really loves your attention. They love your intimacy. They love the way you tend to them, the way you take care of them. And you love the way they take care of you. Intimacy is accepting both sides of a person, who they are, and simply letting it be, not feeling threatened, not feeling competitive, loving them authentically for who they are, because that is all anybody wants and can ask for. You know, if the chips were down, if we were in the Stone Age, and there were no cars, and there were no, well, I don't know when the, you know, I know the Flintstones is unrealistic expectations, so we're thinking real, like, raw, living in the wild thing. So if you were with somebody, and you had no car, you had no job, you just had to survive, but you had somebody that you wanted along with you, you would love them for who they were. It's more about that kind of intimacy. It's nothing else, it's that kind of intimacy. I feel, though, that you may be falling in love with somebody for their mind as well, Sagittarius, you know, their heart and their experience. Mars has been in your 5th house until the 15th of February, and then it'll go into your 6th. The people that you meet in the first half of February, you will be more determined with that shift from Mars there to the 6th house to make it work, you know? It's really beautiful. It is really beautiful. I do love this Sagittarius. It's probably my favorite so far. So if you guys are interested in the Vimeo reading where we go into each element, if you're dealing with an air sign, a water sign, an earth sign, a fire sign, please do join me there. But if not, I'll see you in the next set of readings. Love you guys. Bye.